Okay, today I am taking a look at a pill cutter. This one is designed with safety in mind, so if you happen to have someone that is a little older maybe that would be a good thing for them. I help my grandmother with her medication. I have a lot of medication that I take for a lot of medical issues, and I like the design, I like the idea. There's one issue I have with this. I'll get into that a little bit more. One little bit of an improvement would be to put some kind of marking on the side here that opens. So there's a hinge over here. Some people with diminished vision may not notice that. I mean, you can see that there's a little hinge right here, but for some people that probably would be a little difficult to see. So to make it a little more obvious, that might be a nice little improvement. The box that it comes in has instructions on the side for both sides and on the top, so that's pretty nice, and it actually works fairly well. As you can see, the blade is recessed. There's no way you're going to get your fingers in there to get cut. The only thing I could get would be a tiny finger through there, or the tip of your smallest finger possibly. But you know, you should have more sense than to stick your finger in there, so that shouldn't be a problem. The blade is pretty sharp. This little piece here, of course, helps to hold the peels, and you have a little door that the peels fall down into. There's sort of a little trap door here. You can see there's a peel that's cut in half, and what happens is when you drop it in, you turn it, and the little trap door opens. As you can see, the peel falls into this side, and then when you turn it back, the door prevents the peel from falling back over here, so that as you're cutting and multiple ones come through, you'll have the ability to move them over. Taking them out, you can push this way or that way, so you can get those out very easily. And other than that, it's basically like when you stamp a letter. You've seen those, most people have. You'd be familiar with the functionality of this. Now, the only problem that I have with this is two things. One, it will not accommodate larger medications, vitamins and such. As an example, this one, if I drop that in there, you can see that the little V-shaped triangle area is not really wide enough. Now, I might be able to get by with cutting that, but it's not going to necessarily always line up very easily. So some of the larger medications won't work. The smaller ones are not a problem. I'm holding it a little further out from me, so you have to forgive me. But let me turn this way so I can line it up a little easier. But I've got that peel in there. If I close this down, it's ready to be cut. Now see, there's the issue I have with it. Okay, that time it went all the way down. But you may notice, watch. Okay, it's stuck. It won't go down. If I let go, now it goes down. Down. Okay, stuck again. I'll let go. Down. Down. And now it's stuck again. So it's very random. There's no, I don't have a percentage on how often that works or how often it doesn't. But you can see the pills fall down in. They're there. If I tilt it this way, do the trap door again, and now back and blocked from getting back into the other chamber. So I like that. It works. The peels, they did not get crushed, so these are harder type peels. They're a harder consistency. I'm just going to show you with the other medication. There's a softer peel. You can see it basically just crushed that one. Every pill cutter I've tried does that with that particular peel. So it just kind of varies between what peel you're using, but some of the softer peels, you'll kind of run into that issue. One way to get around that problem is to cut it very quickly. Sometimes you can get away with it, but that would mean smacking this thing. But in doing so, you can see it's working. But at some point, it's not going to work. Like right there, that time it locked, and that time it didn't. So if I was smacking that really hard repeatedly, because usually when I cut pills, it's cutting an entire bottle. So it's a time-consuming process, and with this thing hanging up, every 3 times, every 10 times, every whatever many times, that is problematic. I don't know why. I have actually looked at it and tried to, okay, like right there, it is not moving. Okay, now that time it did. Now you see how far the blade comes out? So it's not that it's hitting the plastic around this area here, because I've looked at that. It's further down in here that it's actually getting caught. See, it doesn't even move. There's no travel. And it's stuck. So it's very random. It stuck twice back to back, and then it worked. So anyway, I like it. Maybe another unit other than this one would actually work better, but I'm sharing that with you. See, real world experience. That's kind of what I do. I show you things that I find interesting or that make my life a little easier. And when this works, it's great, but it's got problems. It doesn't work properly all the time, so I can't give it a full recommendation. But if you want to find out more about it, you want to check it out, you want to take a chance, check out the link below. You can see it on the Amazon page and find out more and see if it's something that you want to give a shot. Assuming that that time it got caught and released at the same time. But assuming it worked, now it's caught that time. So assuming that time it caught again. 2 times back to back it got stuck. So yeah, when it works, it's great, and it has some cool features. It's just a little limited on size, so if you have a very large vitamin, you may run into issues. But check it out, make a decision based on what you saw here, what you read about, and what you see, and what the price is, and hopefully you'll have a little better luck and it'll work a little bit more consistently for you. Okay? Thanks.